Which one of these women is a future cult leader? My grandmother, of course. There she is. Many of you have asked where Jima got her money, and I'm going to tell you, and it's probably not from the place that you expected. I understand that Jima is an objectively evil person. She's a cult leader and she spent her life terrifying children. She lied, she manipulated people, she destroyed people's lives, and I was terrified every day of my childhood because of the horrendous stories that she made up and told me. And with that being said, she's also just kind of a badass. She grows up in Las Vegas when it's a tiny Mormon town. She's mega poor and she's growing up with a single mom, which is super rare at that point. Her mother, Maybelle, is a maid who works in a hotel. So hard that they had to replace her with 4 women when she died. She works for 75 cents an hour. And even at that rate, she saves everything so that she can send her 2 kids to college herself, which is a huge deal in this time period. This is BYU's first graduating class of nurses. Women don't have a lot of ways to make money, but Jima's mother, a humble maid, sends her to get her degree. And Jima has this fiery confidence, probably coming from the Dudley Levitt line. She has this identity of importance. Like, all these men are discouraging the nurses from getting their degrees, and she just keeps on coming back and getting more and more schooling until she has her degree. And then she starts winning all of these beauty competitions. She's a rodeo queen, she ends up being bride of the year, she goes on to Miss America Rodeo, and then despite growing up super poor, when her dad dies, she finds out that he was a millionaire. Her money did not come from her husband. Jipa never gave her anything. But Jipa's dad was a world champion rodeo calf roper. He had oil rights, he had hundreds of thousands of acres. And despite marrying and divorcing Jima's mom twice and not giving her anything, and being married to 2 other women that apparently took away most all of his wealth, Jima gets an inheritance. And she is smart with her money. She is buying properties, she's buying land, she's getting rentals, and people just love her. She's a very charismatic cult leader. And she works as a nurse for a lot of her life. So Jima marries Jipa, who ends up working for the State Department, and they live all over the world. She's got these really prestigious nursing, government, foreign embassy jobs. They come back to the US, she buys a house in the Hollywood Hills, later on sells it, buys an even bigger house in Utah. And her financial prowess really helps with the cult that she's building because she can keep people financially dependent on her. My mother and my brother still live in her basement. They have no money of their own, they have no jobs. So in a time where women didn't have a lot of opportunity to make money, she was really on the cutting edge of education and employment and making her money make money. She's extremely charismatic, she's very convincing. She got hundreds, possibly thousands of people to believe her story and to be in her cult. She always found a way to have power and privilege. So although she made super messed up evil decisions, she got what she wanted and everyone loved to give her what she wanted.